Some classical piano pieces are so iconic and impressive that almost every piano learner dreams of playing them one day. But the truth is, if you're one of those and you don't have a teacher or a clear strategy about how to approach those pieces, that always results in frustration and sometimes even injury. So today I'm bringing you 5 pieces that can literally hurt you if you try to learn them without good guidance or too early or both. Here's the first piece. There are 2 big issues with Fantasia Impromptu. The first one is kind of obvious, but the second one is not and can seriously hurt you, and I'll explain that in a moment. Let's start with the first one, the polyrhythms. A good part of this piece is built on a 4/3 polyrhythm. This is what makes it unique, what makes it beautifully unstable. But if your polyrhythms are not on point, it's gonna be just unstable. And if you've never encountered any polyrhythm before, maybe this is not the piece to start with. Otherwise, it'll sound wrong to your ear, you'll feel frustrated and discouraged, and you'll abandon it. Now, the second issue is more than just frustrating. It can be even dangerous. The left hand has one of the most common accompaniment designs in Chopin's music. This kind of pattern demands a specific technique involving the arm, the elbow, and the wrist as well. I want you to try something right now. Go ahead and open your right hand as if you were playing an octave, and try to hold that position for a few seconds. You're probably noticing some strain, right? Some tension here, or maybe here. That's terrible for the hand. If you don't know the technique and you practice this piece for half an hour straight with your hand open like that and your wrist high, as I unfortunately see often in beginner videos, you'll destroy your wrist and soon you won't be able to play anything with your left hand. So take care of your hands and find good guidance if you want to play Fantasia Impromptu. Let's continue with the next one. The third movement of Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata is a piece everyone tries to play too early, and if you do, you'll feel frustrated and you'll want to quit. There are 2 big issues that can crush your dreams and one that can crush your right hand. The most underrated issue with this piece is stamina. A lot of people get excited about learning those mind-blowing opening runs, but then they hit a wall when they realize that the piece is much longer and much harder than they expected. It's packed with different techniques that demand serious endurance. Then, even if you just care for the opening runs, making them sound right is a separate challenge, and if you were hoping for a quick win, you better try a different piece. If you play those 16th notes uneven, it'll sound bad. If your rhythm is sloppy, and by sloppy I mean anything less than perfect, it'll sound bad. And if you try to hide those mistakes with the pedal, you'll make it even worse. Even someone who doesn't know anything about music will know that something's off, and they won't be impressed. It takes a lot of practice with the correct technique to play this right. And like I said, you can literally hurt your right hand if you don't know what you're doing with those opening runs. If you have any tension and you still try to power through and play fast, you'll hurt yourself. And there are many mistakes that can create tension. If your wrist is too high, you'll create tension. If your arm is stiff and not helping your hand, tension. If your fingers are too flat, tension. If you play in 4-note positions instead of trying to keep your hand compact and closed, it'll sound bad, full of accents, and also you'll create tension. And if you smash the sforzando chords without knowing what you're doing, you'll kill your wrist. Anyway, let's move on. This Rachmaninoff prelude is also a fan favorite. It's loud, it's bombastic, but it's very dangerous if you don't know exactly what you're doing. The notes are not hard to learn, but the risk of injury is real. Remember what I said about smashing those chords in Moonlight Third? Well, this piece is all about playing powerful chords with an open hand. And what do you think will happen when you try to play this part, which is all octaves and with notes in between? Or even worse, when you're practicing and you spend half an hour repeating just a few bars like this. Without the correct technique to avoid open hand tension, you'll hurt yourself badly. If you don't have a teacher, better stay away from this piece and keep your hand safe. Chopin etudes are hard, but this is one of the hardest. I learned this piece for the first time after more than 10 years working with an amazing piano teacher and after learning other Chopin etudes, and even then, I struggled a lot. First of all, this piece only sounds good when played perfectly clean and at full speed. If it's not fast enough, it's not impressive. And if it's messy, it just sounds bad. This isn't a piece you can sort of play. It's all or nothing. And now pay attention to this because it's important. You probably saw a lot of YouTube videos that talk about wrist rotation or forearm rotation and all of that. You watch those videos and you think, oh, that's easy, I'll try that. And you try that and you discover that it doesn't solve anything. What I want to say is, there's no time to do these kind of movements when you're playing 14 notes per second. You need perfect finger articulation and independence. And the forearm and the wrist, they just need to be relaxed and let the fingers do their job. I'm not saying that forearm rotation is useless per se. It's an endgame skill, and you're probably not ready for it yet. And if you try to add rotation on purpose, the only thing you'll do is add tension to your hand, and guess what? You'll get hurt. So if you're gonna play this etude, find a good teacher who can actually play it the way it should be played. Let them guide you during the long process, and stop watching videos that sell one-trick solutions. I just say this because I really care for you, and I don't want you to waste your time and energy learning these sorts of pieces the wrong way. I had to include this one because literally every beginner pianist dreams to play it one day. And also because everyone starts practicing it too early. Honestly, me too. I tried it for the first time back in the day when I was already playing what I thought were hard pieces. And my teacher back then was wise enough to tell me, leave it for a few years. Let's explore the technique a bit. Every new variation of the main melody introduces a new advanced piano technique. Quick jumps, ultra wide positions, repeated notes, trills with the thumb and the index fingers, trills with the pinky finger, octaves, and most of these techniques make you open your hand for long periods of time. So if you can hurt yourself with the Fantasy Impromptu and the Rachmaninoff Prelude, just imagine how badly you will destroy them with La Campanella. If you try to learn this piece too soon, it'll be the first time you encounter every single one of these techniques. And finally, if you want to learn a few tricks that can help you play a bit faster if you're struggling with speed and which definitely won't hurt you, have a look at this recommended video. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and see you next week.